Hello everyone, this is Dr. Savita. I am speaking on the Environment, Pollution and Water Chemistry, Module 4 of VTU syllabus, chemistry syllabus. Okay, so we have started with the discussion on the various topics in the syllabus of 18 VTU syllabus, 18 CHE chemistry syllabus, and all the videos we are uploading in the channel My Intuition. Kindly subscribe, like, and share the videos. Okay. So, speaking on module 4, that is environment pollution, and the basic types of pollution are air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, and light pollution. Okay. So, giving more importance for air pollution, the various types of sources of air pollution are mobile sources, stationary sources, area sources, and natural sources. Okay, let us go in detail. The mobile sources means such as cars. See, cars will be the exhaust, buses, again the exhaust, trucks, again the exhaust, the planes, because they are using the fuels which gives the exhaust, and trains here also the exhaust. All these are the mobile sources. Wherever they move, they go on, releasing the exhaust gases, which is adding to the pollutant. Next one is stationary pollution. Stationary, like power plants, industries, all these. Okay, they are stationary, they don't move. Next is area sources. Area sources means in certain areas, like in, you can see here, agricultural areas, cities. In these areas there will be lot of pollution. Next is natural sources. Natural sources, like say wind blown dust, wildfires, volcanoes. All these are the natural sources which will emit the air pollutants, or pollutants which are released to the environment. Okay, now effects of air pollution. The common effects of air pollutions are respiratory and heart diseases. Okay, see, this air pollutants will affect the heart and circulation by damaging the inside wall of the blood vessels, causing them to become narrower and harder. Therefore, their easy movement of the blood vessels becomes difficult, which also increases the blood pressure and add to the strain on heart. Okay, so this is respiratory and heart problems is one of the major and the frequent seen effect of air pollution. Next is global warming. As you know, the climatic, it is due to the air pollutant, the change in the climatic temperature. The air pollutants forms a blanket of blanket around the globe, which traps the heat, and it does not radiate out. Okay, therefore the overall temperature of the world increases. Okay, global increases. Next is, you have acid rains. See, various release from the factories, from the automobile. All these will release oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur, everything. But when it starts to rain, these all will dissolve in rainwater, forming the corresponding acids like nitric acid and sulfuric acid, which will come down as acid rains. Okay, now eutrophication. Eutrophication means is, it is a process where there is excess nutrition added to the lake. This generally takes place in the water bodies which is near to the industries, where most of the what organic compounds will are released to the water bodies. And due to the excess nutrition, there will be a growth of water plants, like algae and all. They will move to such a great extent, that is called algal bloom. They move to such an extent that they cover the entire upper layer of the lake. Okay, so therefore the underlying water will not get sufficient oxygen or sunlight, all this, which after a certain duration of time, it will affect in polluting or destroying the entire plant life, that is aquatic life. Next is effect on wildlife. Acid rains, or this polluted air, all these will not only affect human beings but also affects the wildlife also. Okay, next is depletion of the ozone layer. All of you know that ozone layer is present in the stratosphere, which will what filter the harmful pollution, harmful radiation from the sun, to then reaching the earth. due to the pollutants released by the activities in the earth, the ozone layer goes on getting depleted, and therefore this thinning of the ozone layer will have a lot of effect, because it cannot filter the radiation by entering the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so next we have major two types of air pollutants. One is primary air pollutant, like it is directly released to the environment for primary air pollutant, like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur, all these. Okay, next we have, I mean, major air pollutants, primary air pollutants are carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur, volatile organic matter, particulate matter, all this we will be discussing. Okay, in that carbon monoxide takes the greatest portion. Okay, most of the carbon fuel gets converted into carbon monoxide during burning, and that leads to major air pollution. Next type of air pollution is secondary air pollutants. Secondary air pollutants means the primary air pollutant, they react in the atmosphere to produce the secondary pollutants. Okay, see here, sulfur trioxide, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid, they are due to the dissolving of oxides of nitrogen and sulfur and in water, and hydrogen peroxide, all these are the secondary air pollutants. Okay, so let us discuss in detail the some of the primary air pollutant, and then on secondary air pollutant. Okay, so the first one we are discussing is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a odorless, colorless gas formed by the incomplete combustion of carbon. As you know, in the fuel hydrocarbon, hydrogen and carbon is present. When you burn it with oxygen, carbon gets converted into carbon dioxide, hydrogen gets converted into water. Now suppose insufficient oxygen is supplied or incomplete combustion takes place, then there are chances that carbon gets converted into carbon monoxide. Okay, the main reason for the emission or the presence of carbon monoxide in the environment is due to insufficient combustion of carbon monoxide to carbon monoxide. The major sources are vehicle exhaust, industrial process, and biomass burning. Okay, all these contain carbon backbone, which on burning gets converted into carbon dioxide, and also byproduct is carbon monoxide, which is a pollutant, primary air pollutant. Now, what are the effects if you inhale carbon monoxide along with oxygen, or if you are exposed to carbon monoxide? Okay, it binds, it has a capacity to bind to RBC, reducing their ability to transport and release oxygen throughout the body. Okay, low exposure can cause cardiac ailments, high exposure can cause central nervous system impairment or even to death. Carbon monoxide is one of the major pollutant, also one of the dangerous pollutant also. The control, the main control is you have to avoid incomplete combustion of carbon. Incomplete combustion may be avoided by supplying sufficient oxygen. Therefore, in an internal combustion engine, like in automobiles and all, automobiles actually is the main reason for the release of carbon monoxide. Okay, in that, if certain modification is done, actually it is already done also, a modification is done so that carbon monoxide is not released. Okay, next is use of substituent fuel for gasoline. Instead of using gasoline, that is petrol, diesel and all, we can use the substituent fuel, which yields less pollutant. For example, like electrical energy, wind energy, nuclear energy, all these are the substituent fuels. Okay, then supply of sufficient oxygen so that complete combustion takes place. Okay, oxygen deficiency itself is the main reason for the formation of carbon monoxide. Okay, now next air pollutant is oxides of nitrogen. Now oxides of nitrogen, that is carbon, nitrogen monoxide and nitrogen dioxide, together they are referred to as oxides of nitrogen, and it is also called as NOx emission. Okay, what are the sources? Again, since all the fuels are made up of fossil fuel means it is due to the burying of what plants and animals ages before. This plants and animals, they also contains nitrogen, sulfur, all these in their composition. Therefore, the fuel also will be containing oxides, I mean nitrogen contents. Okay, this on combustion, during the combustion, they release oxides of nitrogen, NOx emission. Okay, therefore motor fuel is the main reason. Biomass burning, industrial process, electric arc welding, lightning is the main natural source. Okay. Next, what are the effects? Okay, effects is irritation of eyes and lung infection. It contribute to acid rains. If you inhale oxides of nitrogen, you will get eyes and lung infection. Okay. It contributes to acid rain because oxides of nitrogen dissolve easily, readily in water. During rainy season, these oxides dissolve in water and contribute for acid rains. Okay. In sunlight, the oxides of nitrogen combines with the hydrocarbons to form the smog. Okay, which causes difficulty in breathing, limitation in the visibility of the roads while traveling. If smog is present, it reduces the visibility of the road. Okay, these are the effects. Control, again, instead of releasing oxides of nitrogen, it can be converted into nitrogen and oxygen, which are harmless. Okay, this can be done by modification in the combustion condition. Okay, utilization of devices that remove NOx emission from the exhaust gases of vehicles. This device, actually it is called as catalytic converter. Okay, this device is fitted to the automobile exhaust, so that whatever exhaust is formed during the combustion, before it is released to the environment directly, it has to pass through this converter. The main function of this converter is to convert harmful gases into harmless gases. Okay, even carbon monoxide is also reduced. Emission of carbon monoxide also is reduced by passing the exhaust gas through the converter, and converter is present in all vehicles. Okay, this converter contains catalyst, which helps in oxidation, and also a reductive catalyst which helps in reduction. Okay, so when you pass the exhaust, suppose carbon monoxide is present in the exhaust gas, it will get converted into carbon dioxide by adding oxygen, oxidation. Okay, here also oxides of nitrogen is present, means it will get converted into nitrogen and oxygen. Again, removal of oxygen, reduction. Okay, so this all is done by fitting catalytic converter into the automobile. The third one is oxides of sulfur, which is collectively called as a SOx emission. Okay, SOx emission, sulfur dioxide has is a toxic gas. Okay, toxic, which you can see the smell of the burnt matchbox in the tip. You have that is sulfur. Okay, so if it burns, you get one some pungent smell. No, that is sulfur dioxide. Okay, now what are the sources for the release of sulfur dioxide? Again, volcanic gases, fossil fuel combustion, oil refinery, metal smelting industries, thermal power plants containing sulfur fuel. All these contain sulfur, which on reaction with oxygen releases SOx emission to the environment, a primary air pollutant. What are the effects? Again, it is contributing to acid rains because it readily dissolves in water, forming sulfuric acid. And if the gas that we inhale is contaminated with oxides of sulfur, even one less than 1 ppm or even up to 1 ppm also causes discomfort in breathing and irritation to eyes. Okay, it also causes corrosion in metals because it readily forms as acid, and most of the metals undergo more corrosion under acidic condition, that we have understood in our previous videos on corrosion signs. Okay, next, what are the control? Using low sulfur fuels. Okay, then by cleaning the fuel before using it, by just water wash. As you know, sulfur easily dissolves in water, so by just water wash you can remove the sulfur. Okay, sulfur, oxides of sulfur. Use of other less polluting fuels, again alternate fuels. Treating the combustion products before sulfur, if the products are contain sulfur dioxide and all, if you treat it, you can remove the oxides of sulfur. Just if you pass through water also, it will dissolve all the oxides of sulfur, and the exhaust will be free from oxides of sulfur, SOx emission. Okay, next primary air pollutant is hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbon, they mainly refer to the unburnt and wasted fuel. The automobile which uses fuel hydrocarbon, which contains carbon and hydrogen, which contains carbon and hydrogen, they actually in the fuel inside the engine, due to high temperature, they are in the gaseous form. Okay, they undergo oxidation. My means they undergo combustion in the presence of hydrogen, in the presence of oxygen. They get converted into combustion products. At the same time, due with the along with the exhaust, some of the unused fuel, that is which is in the gaseous state, may also um, get released to the exhaust gas. Okay, that is mainly the reason for the presence of hydrocarbons in the atmosphere. Okay, unburnt and wasted fuel. What are the sources? Again, automobile and industrial exhaust, and since it is in the gaseous form, they can easily get released through the exhaust. Okay, biological sources, natural, that is coal, petroleum fields, natural gas, all these. Then anaerobic decomposition of organic matter in water or soil. Anaerobic means without the presence of oxygen. Okay, organic matter means again it contains carbon and hydrogen. Okay, so what are the effects? Up to around 500 ppm, it is not of much what harm. Okay, but above that, it has carcinogenic effect on lungs. Okay, cyclic hydrocarbons affects the central nervous system. They are the major pollutants because of their role in the formation of photochemical smog. Okay, what are the control? Control is, if hydrocarbons are present, as the reason is, reason for the presence is unburnt. I mean, no, not getting burned completely. So if you burn it completely, that is incineration, you can control the presence of hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons has to be converted into carbon dioxide and water. Next, adsorption using carbon, adsorption using scrubbing solution. The hydrocarbon emission from automobile is controlled by using catalytic converters. Okay, so by catalytic converters is the same catalytic converters that is present in the automobiles. Next is particulates. Now, matter refers to the small solid particles and liquid droplets. They collectively they are called as particulates. Okay, what are the main source for the particulate matter, or we generally tell dust particles? Okay, dust, smoke, smog. These are the sources for particulate matters. Okay, what are the effects? Atmospheric dust causes allergy and respiratory diseases. This most of them has observed this or experienced. Next is smoke. Smoke, if you inhale, it is a well-known dialogue that smoke causes cancer. Then particulate, due to their very small size, they, if inhaled, they causes damage to the lung cells. If at all it is inhaled, okay, they can dissolve the mucus of the lung and causes effect or causes damage to the lung tissues. Okay, the acid and aldehyde particulate matters, they cause irritation, eye, nose and throat infection. Okay, next is how to control it. Control it, electrostatic precipitators. These are some of the control methods. Now, electrostatic precipitator means, the exhaust gas has to pass through a chamber which contains layers of anode and cathode. Okay, that means they should contain what collectors. Okay, electrodes. So in the exhaust gases, suppose there are charged particles, they get trapped or they get attracted towards their respective electrodes. So the exhaust which is coming out will be devoid of these particulate matter. That is, most of the industries what adopt this type of method to reduce the particulate matter. Okay, next is by using fabric filters. Filters means you pass the gas through layers of cloth fabric. Okay, generally this is a domestic use. Now all of you know about fabric filters. So see, we are using mask is a very good example for fabric filter, right? That is, say, you control using fabric filters. Next is by using scrubber solution. Scrubber solution means just passing liquid or water. Okay, just passing the exhaust gas through the water or any liquid, so that the particulate matter become heavy and it settles down. Okay, this is using of wet scrubber. See, the exhaust here is passes through a wet fan, and the exhaust, whatever dust particles or particulate matter which is present in the exhaust, due to the interaction with water, they become heavy and gets collected here. There is a clean gas comes out. Okay, that is the process. Next is by using gravity separator. That means the exhaust gas has to pass through a chamber where the gas passes very slowly. Okay, reduced speed. So due to gravity, all the dust particles get settled down and the clean gas comes down. Okay, so that is the primary air pollutant. Next is primary air pollutant, metal pollution. One is mercury. Mercury is one of the element which is heavy metal which is present in the Earth's crust on an average of 0.08 grams per ton of rock. Okay, very less availability. Okay, but they are of their concentration, or if they enter the biological system, they are dangerous. What are the sources? Okay, sources is volcanic eruption, natural mercury deposits, and ocean. Okay, next is thermometers, mercury vapor lamps, batteries, because batteries contains certain electrodes which are mercury based. Okay, and paint, pesticide, fungicide industries, they also use mercury as one of their in their composition. Then skin lightening products and cosmetics, because mercury compounds are well known for their skin lightening behavior, therefore they are commonly used in cosmetics. Okay, next, what are the sources, I mean what are the effects? Okay, elemental and methyl mercury are toxic if taken into the body. Okay, next is their inhalation, the vapors of mercury, if it is inhaled also, it causes harmful effects on the central nervous system, digestive, immune system, lungs, and kidneys. Next, the inorganic salts of mercury are corrosive to the skin, eyes, and gastrointestinal tract. Okay, even if you take a little bit of mercury intake, symptoms includes mercury loss, neuromuscular effects, headache, all these are the effects of mercury intake. Okay, next, memory loss is the main symptom. Okay, next, control eliminates the uh, how to control, eliminate the mercury mining. Okay, then use of non-mercury gold extraction process. Generally in gold extraction, mercury is used to not to use, promote not to use mercury. Okay, recycling and reusing of mercury instead of wasting it, and discontinue the usage of non-essential mercury compounds like mercury thermometers, skin lightening products, etc. The next one is lead. Okay, lead is one of the heavy metal which is present in the Earth's atmosphere, um, and it is a heavy metal and has lot of effects. Okay, harmful effects. They are present in the soil also. Okay, what are the sources? Old lead paints, leaded gasoline, because in fuel, petrol, lead is one of the compound which is added to reduce the knocking. Okay, so in after that, after the fuel is consumed, lead will be released to the atmosphere, which will add up to the lead concentration. Lead mining, smelting, lead batteries, alloys, all these are also the sources for the release of lead into the atmosphere. Tap water, pipe corrosion, as you know, for all the welding process, even now also lead is used, therefore that is one of the reason. Then toys, jewelry, pottery, for all the welding process, lead is used. What is the effect? The effect is it accumulates in the bones instead of calcium, and hence calcium is required for, I mean, due to the fact that calcium is needed for the development system, bone system. If it is replaced by lead, lot of effect will be done on the developmental system. It inhibits the enzyme that catalyze the biosynthesis of hemoglobin, therefore the hemoglobin production is also impaired. Okay, and even it causes problems in children and also in adults. Okay, and it causes decreased growth, and the reproductive rates of plants and animals also reduces. Okay, then how we can reduce or control the release of lead into the environment. The proper design and storage of storage pipes of lead smelting plants to reduce the release. So proper design should be done so that lead will not be released to the environment. Then purification of drinking water. Water, when it comes through pipes, there are chances that the lead which is used for welding and all get added to water. So if it is directly consumed, it enters our body also. Therefore, instead of drinking the water directly, we have to purify it by process like reverse osmosis, distillation, filtration, all these to reduce the or to stop the control the consumption of lead. Okay, in the soil, if lead is present, the plants will absorb it. So if the soil pH is maintained in around neutral of 6.5 to 7, at this pH, plants will not be able to absorb lead. Okay, then adding organic matter like compost leaves and manures also will reduce the lead intake by plants. Okay, because lead easily binds to the organic matter. Next is secondary air pollutant, ozone. Okay, ozone is an inorganic molecule with the chemical formula of O3. Ozone is formed by the reaction of carbon monoxide, which is a primary air pollutant, with the oxygen which is present in the environment. In the presence of, these are the catalysts, oxides of nitrogen, volatile organic compounds are the catalyst. In the presence of sunlight, gets converted into ozone, or it sometimes naturally ozone reacts with the atmosphere, molecular oxygen reacts with atomic oxygen to form ozone. Okay, so ozone is a very good requirement in the stratosphere, but if it is present in the troposphere where we live, it is a pollutant. Okay, but it is not pollutant in stratosphere. Okay, if you inhale ozone, irritation of respiratory system causing cough and infection. Ozone makes people more sensitive to allergens, which in turn trigger asthma, causes inflammation and damage in the lining of the lungs. Because if you inhale ozone along with oxygen, these are the general symptoms that is seen. Okay, how to minimize it? You have to minimize the primary air pollutant, because primary air pollutant is the main reactant and also the catalyst for the formation of the ozone. Therefore, minimizing primary air pollutant will control the presence of, elimination of or formation of ozone. Next, strict NOx emission testing should be done, because NOx emission and NOx content itself is a catalyst for the ozone forming. Okay. Next is enhanced vehicle inspection programs, because emission testing, carbon monoxide, and then NOx emission and carbon monoxide. If it is controlled, it will control the ozone, because they are the reason for the formation of ozone. Okay, strict limitation on solvent usage in the factories, because solvents also add up to the formation of ozone. Okay, next, the environment pollutant, we will be discussing on ozone depletion, their effects and control. Okay, ozone depletion means it is the reduction of ozone content in the ozone layer, that is in this, which is present in the stratosphere, and this is decreased or lost due to some of the ozone depleting substances that is released or used in the earth environment, in our environment. Okay, some of the ozone depleting substances are chlorofluorocarbons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, carbon tetrachloride, methyl chloroform, methyl bromide. All these are the treated as ozone depleting substances, and all these chemicals has to be discouraged. Okay, now this what happens if ozone layer is depleting, or if there are holes in the ozone layer. Okay, through this the environment UV radiation enter the earth's atmosphere, because otherwise it will be blocked by the ozone layer. Okay, now if there is a hole, these UV radiation enter the earth's atmosphere, and if it enters the earth's atmosphere, these are the effects. It causes skin cancers, it causes cataract, and affects the immune system, kills the microorganisms, and causes the biological imbalance. It is dangerous to most of the plants and crop. It reduces the crop yield, damages the marine phytoplankton. All these are the effects of ozone entering the Earth's atmosphere. Okay. Now, ending to that, we have only one Earth, and Earth has provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but it does not. It cannot withstand the every man's greed, because if every man starts to meddle with or pollute the earth, it cannot withstand. Okay, so this is the primary air pollutant, and we have the next topic in the air pollutant. uh, we shall be discussing in the next chapter. Okay, thank you.